Tasting like a boss. How you guys doing? Happy Saturday to you. I got Dustin Henderson Smith here with me. How you doing, buddy? You good? Are you good? Yes, you are. Okay. Just be in my lap if you want. You don't have to be on the table the entire time if you don't want to. All right. Excited about today's review. This is one that I've been thinking about for a couple of weeks. I want to have the time to do it. For the last couple of weekends, I've been working almost the entire weekend, and so I wanted the ability to really enjoy this one. A couple weeks back, my wife went to the farmer's market, and I wasn't with her. It was the Winter Park, Florida farmer's market, and she ran into a vendor there. They're known as King Harv's Imperial Coffees. Now, this is not the flavor we're going to try, but this gives you an idea what their bags look like. I've never had anything by them, okay? But I did do a little research on them. These are the bags that people usually get. The nice, like, not trademark, but it's their trademark, gold bags. This is Bolivia. We're not doing this one today, but this gives you an idea of the size of it. This one is ground. And if you guys want, I'm going to put the website down in the description. But it's www.kingharv.com. Now, the flavor we're going to be doing today is Malaysia. Now, boss of boss, my wife, one got some coffee for me. This is a pound, I believe, of coffee. And while she was there, she mentioned that I do these coffee reviews. And it's just this tiny channel. They don't even have 300 subscribers at this point. Could be more, but, you know, right at that, which I'm proud of. I'm happy about. I love you guys very much. But she said, yeah, he does these coffee reviews. And the guy said, hey, if you want something special, this is what we'll do. Now, I believe the Bolivia coffee is like $20-something a pound or something like that, which is not bad at all. He said, try this one instead, the Malaysia. Okay, this is $70 a pound. And as you can see, the bag's smaller because this is a sample bag. And he gave it to her for free and said, hey, have him give it a taste. I think he's going to think it is unique. So I don't know anything about it. I'm going to get real close so you can see the little image on it. As you can see here, it's Liberica beans, so they're Liberian beans. And this is the description. Malaysia, an exceptionally rare Liberia coffee from Malaysia. This may be the most unique coffee you'll ever drink. Notes of jackfruit, lychee, an intense body, and an aroma that is absolutely incredible. Now, a little bit about this company. They're from Apopka, Florida, which is the city just right abutting my city of where I live. They've been doing this since 2002, so it's been over 20 years. Harv is the father of the proprietor, and his son, so Dave's son, is now the person who's like head roaster, and they do all kinds of different beans from all around the country, not the country, whole around the world. And they are not doing flavored coffees. You guys know I do a lot of reviews of Bones Coffee from Cape Coral, Florida. Love Bones Coffee, but that's a flavored coffee. So they're taking the beans, they're roasting it, they're infusing it with flavor, they're making unique flavors, things like that. King Harv's, from what I can tell, is really dedicated to importing beans from all around the world to get naturally occurring differential flavors that might remind you of certain things. So though this says it has hints of jackfruit and lychee, it's not as if they flavored it with it. It just happens to be, oh, well, Bert's happy to talk. It just happens to have flavors that will remind you of those things. As I've indicated in prior reviews, it's like individuals who really like smoking cigars, and they'll smoke a cigar that is just tobacco that pulls out hints of chocolate or sometimes butterscotch or different things, not flavored, just naturally occurring flavors that trick your tongue into sensing things it knows from another source. Kind of neat. No, that's a lot of explanation, but there has to be a little bit more, okay? Because you guys know I grind my own beans. Now, this big one is ground. This small one, these were whole beans. And I think it was done for a purpose because the beans are different. Here's an example. This is a coffee bean from Bones Roasters, okay, or coffee company. See it? It's an exquisite little bean, has a lot of good scent on it. This is a medium roast bean. There you go, okay? Next is a bean from Turn the Page Bookstores. This is Eve Dallas blend. This is a slightly darker roast coffee. But as you can see, the beans are comparable. This one's a little bit bigger. This is the Eve Dallas roast one. And this is the Bones one. I use this because I want to use at least 2 different companies. You see they're about uniform in size, okay? So, how do the beans from the Liberia beans from King Harv from Malaysia coffee, how do they compare? Well, that's how they compare. So let's do a side-by-side. This is going to be the Eve Dallas one, which was slightly bigger than the Bones one. Here to here. 2.5 times the size, maybe actually bigger when you look at diameter. It's quite large of a bean. So that's a very unique bean. These are huge coffee beans. And my concern at first was, hey, well, are all of King Harv's beans this size? They're not. They're not. This is the largest bean. That's what Dave told me yesterday. This is the largest bean they have. Why is that important for us? Well, one, I think it's unique for you to be able to see them, to know that we're going to be tasting something that's different. And also, if you use a burr grinder, which I suggest, I don't like using spice grinders because those raise the heat on the bean. They can ruin the flavor. Also doesn't give you a uniform ground. But if you're using a burr grinder and you don't have 5 burr grinders like one of my friends told me they have, that are more of the commercial grinders, and you have more of a small burr grinder like I have, which I believe ours is made by Cuisinart or something like that. It's a good grinder, but it's not industrial strength. You're going to need to open the top and push the beans down, not with your fingers or anything, but like with a prod to push it down, because these beans are actually a little bit too big for the typical gate in the burr grinder. So you're going to hit pockets of air where you get that high pitch whirring noise at the grinding. So just know it might take a little bit longer to do. Now, these beans have, now it smells heavenly. These beans have been ground, and we're going to be doing a 2-way review, not 3. Sorry guys, can't do the espresso on this one. I think it would be a waste because I don't know what the flavor is going to be like, and I only had a sample bag. So I'm going to focus on the 2 most important ones as far as I'm concerned. So we are going to be doing a cold brew that was brewed for 24 hours. And we're going to be doing not a drip. We did a French press, okay? So not too different, but French press. So essentially drip. It's going to be, the flavor is going to be almost the same, guys. Trust me, they will. So I got a cold brew and the French press this time, okay? So it's a 2-way review. So we're keeping it more monogamous, I guess, right? All right, let's give it a smell first. Okay, we have just a few beans left in here. See this one? This smell is absolutely unique. I am smelling, obviously, the coffee, but there's both an earthiness and a sweetness there. It tastes, well, it smells like jackfruit tastes. And not cooked jackfruit. Cooked jackfruit can almost taste like pulled pork or something like that. It's interesting. And jackfruit has the consistency of like a banana or something like that, or like a mango. But this smells like a ripe jackfruit. Not like it's a flavored coffee. It's not artificial. It's very natural. That's quite beautiful. But the earthy notes almost have like little slight tobacco notes too. So it's weird to smell the fruitiness with almost like the tobacco-like flavor in a good way. In a good way. So there we go. So give it a taste. All right. We're gonna do the cold brew first. The cold brew. The earthiness scents are off of the cold brew, and you're smelling like that not sour, but kind of sour smell of jackfruit. Like if you went to someone's home who had a lot of fruit trees and you're outside, that smell. That's what I'm getting off of it. All right, so it tastes like a boss. Cold brew. Here we go, Dustin. Ready? All right. Wow, man. I think it was Dave or David, who's a proprietor. I spoke to him on the phone yesterday. I have never met him in person. I believe he's the one who was dealing with Boss of Boss when she got this. And he said, I should try this because it's a unique experience. He didn't say it'd be my favorite coffee. He said it would be a unique experience. Well, that is really exceptional. This is not an artificially flavored coffee yet again. Okay, it is such a dynamic flavor on a cold brew. I need to walk you through it, okay? Starts out with, I'll say it starts out watery, but not in a bad way. What I mean by that is it's not the kind of cold brew that touches your tongue, and as soon as it touches your tongue, you're hit by bitterness or anything like that. It's refreshing, and it has a refreshing aspect. Then what happens, as the flavor begins to develop, the roundness of the sweet, the roundness of the sweet sour that starts happens very gradually and builds. So it's like a nice bubble. And then towards the end, you have these earthy tones you kind of feel in the throat. When I say tobacco-y, I don't want you guys to think in any way that I feel it's earthy, but I don't want you to feel like it feels like you're tasting a cigar. But when you're done, it has that feeling as if, you know, kind of cigar related, but not in a bad way. Ooh, the sun's coming up. Sorry if that. I'll try to stick my fat head in front of the sun. I'll eclipse the sun for you. And by the way, as I'm doing this, I'm being blinded by the light reflecting off the gold bag. So, anyway, golden boy, I guess, today. This is a very good coffee. I'll tell you where I put it. There's a Costa Rican coffee that I had once that was given to me by a couple of my friends. And I talked to you about how much I really enjoyed that dark roast Costa Rican coffee. And I put it up here, okay? I don't drink it all the time, but when I do, I know it's an exceptional day. This is exceptional. I would know that even if I didn't know it was costly. This coffee here, you definitely get jackfruit notes. I'm not very familiar with lychee. Hopefully I'm even saying it right. I know what it is, but if I've had it before, and I think I have, I think it's extremely sour. So I'm not getting extreme sour notes. I'm getting more of that earthy, sour note, a little bit of sweetness of jackfruit. So when they say it has hints of jackfruit, I don't know why. I don't know if these beans are grown in an area that I don't know exactly why, but very good. All right. Sorry I waxed poetic about it, but I figure, hey, if it's $70 a bag or $70 a pound, you should get some explanation. Okay, next, going to the French press. Okay. Wow, okay, the notes are completely different off the scent. Okay, now cold brew doesn't always have a developed scent. Okay, you can smell stuff off this one, definitely. The sourness, like I told you, like being at someone's home that has a lot of fruit in the backyard and you're walking around like my grandfather used to have, walk around, smell that. Not here. The sharpness of the sourness is gone. This is like, oh man. I don't even know how to place that. I really, honestly, but it's not just a coffee smell at all. You know, I guess, and I think about it, I guess it is a lot like the cold brew one, but for whatever reason, the cold brew is much more sour in its smell. This is just so beautiful and even. So let's give it a taste. Hopefully, if it tastes as good as it smells, it's gonna be a great thing. So here we go. Taste like a boss. That is the smoothest. Earthy tones towards the end. Not as intense as the cold brew. So I'm not feeling it in the throat. I'm feeling it more here in the back of my fat cheeks and along the jaw. the back of the jaw. That is straight up heavenly. Sweetness isn't there. Not getting the jackfruit notes in the same way, at least not the sweet aspects of it. That is just, wow. It's a very nice flavor, very even cup of coffee. Bitterness, no, it's not there. Acidic flavor, not there. That's just a, man, you just sit there. I have no sugar, no cream, nothing like that. I wouldn't touch it with anything like that. That would be a crime. Exceptional. All right, so big thumbs up to King Harv's. I actually have 2 more flavors by them I want to taste. So if you want to try something unique and different, if you want to give a gift that's unique and different, especially as someone who's a big coffee lover, Malaysia beans, you know, again, it's pricey, no doubt, but I don't think this is going to be like your everyday kind of coffee. This is something you want to keep it nice and fresh. So check them out. You check out their other flavors. I know I'm going to, so be ready for a couple more reviews from them because, like I said, I have a few more flavors from them. So kingharv.com. Thank you, David, for being so kind to Boss of Boss and giving her this sample. And guys, hit like, subscribe, alerts, right? We're almost at 300 subscribers, which I think is crazy. And until next time, which hopefully will be soon because I think we're going out to another farmer's market today. Until next time, Dustin, with your tongue sticking out, keep tasting like a boss. All right, keep tasting like a boss, guys.